Abusua so focus here about to any between now try and some a trend with social media pie a Zimbabwe software friend or software Uerbert Abusua or no de two just say or friendly pampa over Abusua and also free side for Frubi ababa to a free set or John Dramani Mahama going to need the concron or rini about touch us or man a yeb Dr. Bomianga Barkes and no dinner Abusua or so free side for Frubi to more chums abono e koto ye no enyema bi dane yo e wo huhumu na mum na ese nka nipa bi na wini e na enyema bi chia na nkofo bi e na chia sa nyema no na mum sa nyema no chia na de e da yanimu a e ho nsensam e be pie pa abusia ensam de osofu yi aka bi enko ni ko tie nimre ba ya ka bia no e de beto amuso pepe.
Yes. All of it in context.
Yes, sir.
27th of what? Of September. When were the elections? December 7th. September, October, November. 2 months, few days. 2 months, maybe 2 months, 10 days.
Yeah.
Before the elections.
That's right.
I'm saying whatever happens is now in the hands of these two men. If they say whatever they say, that is the thing that happens.
Yes.
Now somebody say, but I had already seen back. I also had seen it 2020. So if you saw what you saw, you were seeing in advance of what Osubemba was going to change. You are not the one who saw. You saw what Osubemba was about to change. Full stop. No, yes. They didn't get that. I know they didn't get
clear,
that.
Sir.
They're not making it clear. They miss it, right? They're not making it clear. That means you are seeing 7 December. But the 7 December you saw 5 years ago is because there is a man who changed. Like others.
Oh.
Didn't get that. So instead of thinking Osubemba,
you were going to be forced.
Instead of thinking Osubemba, they say, hey, I'd already seen it before. No, what you saw. All right, let me be honest. What you pretend to have seen. And the few that saw,
yes,
what you saw was a changed position.
Yes. Yes.
If he had not done it, your prophecy would have come now as a false prophet and Baumia would be president.
Wow.
People don't get this. If God says it, it's definite. It never changes. Are you joking? The same God who sent Jonah and said, I'm about to kill the whole of Nineveh. And God changed.
Yeah.
And Jonah got angry and said, I knew you were going to change. He was a false prophet for 500 years until the days of Nahum. When God came and revisited and killed the people of Nineveh. 500 years later, but the time scale where he lived in, he was known as a false prophet. And guess what? He had only one prophecy, the whole Bible. The only prophet with one prophecy.
Yes.
There's nothing he was ever told except go and tell the people of Nineveh, I'm killing them.
Yes.
And then it doesn't happen. Imagine being a prophet and the only prophecy you are given is false.
Look, honestly, the NDC is a party of very greedy people and very ungrateful people. Because one thing is obvious, that the Ghanaian people have given you an emphatic victory to the presidential. It is obvious. Another thing is obvious, that the Ghanaian people have given you an emphatic victory or an emphatic majority, which is obvious. But the honest truth, you and I both know, is that you did not get to third majority. Maybe along the line, you guys felt like, okay, it would have been good you got to third majority, but you did not get to third majority. But you are trying to use your victory as an intimidation tool to intimidate us, even whilst you are in opposition, to snatch away all the parliamentary seats that we won, just to make up your two-third majority. I mean, it is not fair. It is not fair. You guys were the ones who were alleging that Akufo-Addo was in bed with the EC and we were trying to rig the election. But unfortunately, it seems otherwise. It seems that you guys are still in opposition. You haven't yet assumed office, but you are already trying to intimidate the Ghanaian people to succumb to your will. It is not fair. It is not good. If you look at Tema Central, if you look at Damango, if you look at several other places, the NDC tried to intimidate EC officials. They tried to, bring civil unrest or, cause some chaos that would, force people to be scared of their lives just to make a declaration. Let's be honest here. Please, President-elect John Dramani Mahama, the good thing is that you have been a former president before, and so you know the value of peace in every democracy. You know the value of peace in your next government, and so you have to call your people to order. The government of Adedankwa Akufo-Addo was still able to run even with a hung parliament. You guys should not be scared. I mean, why should you guys be trying to subvert the will of the people when your victory was not subverted, when your victory was not overturned? It is not fair to democracy. It is not fair to the peace we have in this country. How can we have a free and fair and transparent election, a peaceful election throughout, the last 3 days, and all of a sudden, 2 days are going to make a difference of what the outcome of the election is going to be? Dr. Mahmoud Bome came so early to concede because he wanted us to maintain the peace, because international investors are looking at us. But your people are literally, showcasing that they are the party in power now. Like, they can do everything they want now. I mean, you have to show leadership. You have to show maturity. You have to show that you are the next father of the nation. Your people must be able to listen to you. Come out and call your people to order. You always tout that you guys are the government that are accountable. So you shouldn't be running away from accountability. Why should you be scared of just the little numbers you have to get from, opposition parties just to make up your two-thirds or just to make every decision you need in parliament? You people should rather be thinking about this mandate the Ghanaian people have given you. You people should not be still, hungry for power. It seems like you are not yet satisfied with the power that you have been given. You have been given an emphatic victory through the parliamentary and the presidential. All of this should be enough for you to not intimidate other people. But it seems like, you guys are taking a different turn. You guys are taking a negative direction. It is not good for our democracy. It is not good for the beauty of our peace in this country. Your attitude in this election must give Ghanaians a certain, narrative. It must give Ghanaians a certain hope that you guys are content with the resounding victory the Ghanaian people have given you. Otherwise, Ghanaians will start to read that you guys are ungrateful and you guys are greedy, that you guys are not honest. In fact, you guys were rather the ones who had intentions to subvert the will of the people.
Point something. Sesia
Nanado is
Nanado
7 point something.
Nanado is just 7.4. Obefa no 3.4. Or the cost 7.4. It's your penny your mama. Our Herculean ties. Though enema I say economy won't send some. See economy no na. Ghana's gas service say enyini. Tiemio. Oba be dia Ghana's gas service a catch Ghana for say economy na yes atitia pansam yes 7.4 growth rate. Not just enyini. Enti the excuse of say bebrebe no omunchaso.
Oh, there is so bad man penina. Oh, kasa.
What's it? Because if you are not careful,
speak like you're in your position.
Now you can't speak like in opposition.
Yeah, and yes, sir, you scare away investors. I say, I won't say, you bet me ye. You speak
But
some of these words,
no?
and yes, sir, you put off investors.
Because as it stands now, there you name say inflation in 23. You name say growth rate GDP 7.4. Your debt to GDP 74.5. Japan debt to GDP 205. 205. It's debt to do. How you will manage the resources? America Bobo Sianche will be a. And so 1 to 2 near years, beba. And they, Oman Penny John Mama were a Herculean task. The youth, not even a penny full, the youth of this nation are looking up to him. Economic growth, no way, and yet, and another never too hot. Ghana's gas service, and I was said, Oman Penny John Mama Casa on you on Yini. You want another one for growth rate metro. And Ghana's gas service. I don't inflation 23, the Muslim Mujitum now, see. Economy growth of 7.4. They also you have your doubts.
If I doubt that,